everyone, I'm Becky.
I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we're going to talk about a book that we actually don't have a copy of to show you because we got it from NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. And it's called The Movie Version by Emma Wunsch. And the movie version is about a girl named Amelia who is going into her senior year of high school, and she's always been kind of like the sidekick to her super cool brother, Toby. And she just spent the summer au pairing for a couple on the beach. And then when she was on the beach, she met this super cute boy named Epstein, who was smart and wealthy, and he really liked her. And so she goes home after this summer, and they're still kind of dating. And she goes home to her brother, and her brother's acting kind of odd. Like, he disappears, and he's become very paranoid, and he smokes a lot of weed. And she's not sure what's going on. And then, as things happen, he has a breakdown, and it turns out he's schizophrenic. And then she then has to kind of like figure out where she fits into this new role, and what she's going to do, and how she's going to deal with her brother, and learn to accept everything, and does she still want the boyfriend, and all that. And that's basically the broad strokes of what the book's about.
Yep, sounds about right.
So, to start, like we've said about many, many other books, so the description of this book, it says something about how once Amelia gets to the point where she no longer gets to be her brother's sidekick, she has to be the star of her own movie. Never happens. There's
Not enough to Amelia to ever become the star of her own movie. I mean, and she's kind of like bad sidekick, like leave her on the cutting room floor, get somebody new.
I literally was like, it was like 60 pages to the end, and I'm like, when is she going to take the starring role? When is she going to do something? She never does anything. Like, her whole life, she's guided from here to there to there to here.
And like, the thing is, she's so obsessed with thinking of the real version versus the movie version that she never, throughout the book, has a chance to ever be her own self.
And I felt so bad for the boyfriend, who, like, genuinely, I think he actually did love her.
And he was really good about it, too.
He was
very, like, concerned, very forgiving, very, like, listened, was a great sounding board.
And he was supposed to live, like, hours away, and he would still come check on her. And she's just like, eh.
But then she just, like, runs out of a party without telling him.
But then,
and, like, goes home.
But without going, because we're trying to do less spoilers. But
sorry.
But it goes on.
That didn't happen.
But it goes on, like, and like she just doesn't treat him very well, and the resolution's not very well. And then they never show you enough of old Toby. Like, they show you some flashbacks of old Toby, and I thought that was interesting.
So this is one of those other books where, like, the narrator keeps saying that you really like him, he's really awesome, you really like him, you really like him, he's a great guy, everybody loves him, but then there's never any glimpse into that other than there are these flashbacks, but I don't think those flashbacks, they don't count. I mean, if you're not showing me that he's even got the glimmer of anything decent in him, it's hard for me to feel anything for him.
And it's true, and it makes it hard because it's a big part of the book is what happens to him. I will say, and this is a spoiler, kind of. I guess it's a spoiler. I didn't think it was a spoiler reading it from the very beginning. I figured out what it was, but I have a degree in psychology.
No, see, and I didn't. With Toby's issues, there were so many different ways on how it would have come out. I don't think I knew what psychologically was going on with him.
See, like, almost immediately, I was like, that's what that is.
So maybe don't say that, because, like, really that was kind of... I didn't realize that was coming.
So what I was going to say about that, to me, the redeeming quality of this book is the way that she wrote Toby's mental illness. I thought that she did a really good job. I thought the way that she slowly unraveled it is the way it does appear. I thought everything was very medically accurate. I thought the symptoms were well. And I thought that even the treatments that they deal with seemed very realistic and did actually fit into the real world. And that to me, like, that was the redeeming quality of this book. Because I think that we need more books that portray mental illness correctly. Because I think that it's still one of those things that there's a little bit of stigma about. And there shouldn't be. Because there's no stigma about having the flu.
And, like, how to get help. And what it looks like when you get help. And what good help looks like.
And like you said, the thing that drove Sarah crazy was that she's covering up this stuff. Stuff's going on with Toby.
So secret sibling society is the issue.
And I have siblings. I am very close with a couple of my siblings. You don't cover up that kind of stuff.
He came home without shoes on. There was a cut on his foot and it was cold. And yet she feels that it's right to cover it up with secret sibling society. I'm just saying, since my sibling watches these videos, you ever come home without shoes on, it's cold and you've been gone all weekend and your freaking car keys are still hanging by the door and you can't find them, know that I'm going to tell somebody.
And I don't know when I was 17 if I would have covered it up or not. I hope I wouldn't have. I hope it wasn't that bad.
I mean, I understand covering up like little things. Like, yes, my sibling was gone for the weekend.
Right.
But I knew that they were safe. They didn't come home with some serious issues. Like, okay, like that I can see covering up. But
if they went to Burning Man, I helped hide it.
You know, like,
yeah.
But when you kind of get to the point where he's hallucinating while drinking or possibly taking drugs, who knows? It's part of the spoiler. If he's hallucinating, I mean, like, that's one step beyond. It's one thing to have him drinking and smoking pot. It's another thing to have him hallucinating and shouting at the gods.
And like I said, I felt like this should have been a book where she really learned who she was, where she really came into herself. And I feel like in the last 10 pages, there was a hint that it was gonna happen, but it didn't. And
I just didn't care enough to want her to go on to achieve that point.
No, I was like, oh good, it's over.
Yeah.
So, rate it?
Yeah, we can rate it. I'm good.
Okay, so I would say based on the book, like the characters and the character development, normally I would probably give it 1 or 2 trolls. However, because of the depiction of mental illness and how well I thought she did, I'm going to give it 1 fairy.
And I think similarly along those same lines, also because of, what his actual condition was, did kind of shock me. I didn't see it coming. I'm going to give it 2 goblins. I'm not to the point of fairies because she really annoyed me. So 2 goblins.
That's where we are.
That's where we're at.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Adios.